So now it's turned off, and if you press down the button, it's turned on. Welcome to our second video tutorial of Arduino. So in this video we're gonna learn how to wire a button into our protoboard and how to turn on and off our LED using a button. So for this tutorial we'll continue from our previous tutorial that we wired our LED. So if you don't know how to do that, check out our previous tutorial. So if you don't know how protoboard works, we got these holes that we can plug in our pins in, and they're all connected. So for example, this one I'm gonna show you with a button. So for example, this hole is connected with all those in a line. So those and this one and this one is not connected, but all these are. And also we got some space here between this one and this one is also not connected. So we have also two lines here. Those wires are all connected, and here they're all connected, but this one and this one is not connected. So we got everything connected in a line here, and we got all disconnected. So now what we are gonna do is plug our button into our protoboard. So we are gonna go here and plug in our, so it has to be like this because otherwise it won't work, because on the button these two pins are connected, so I don't want to burn anything. So we're gonna do like this, so nothing is really connected. And now what we're gonna do is take two wires, because normally you would need a resistor for a button, but now we will not need it because we're gonna use a command in Arduino that basically uses the resistor into the Arduino. So we will not have to connect any resistors to it, and it's gonna be much easier to wire and to use. So yeah, first we will take an orange wire or whatever color you want, and we're gonna plug this orange wire into, we're gonna do this later, but yeah, we will also take our black wire and connect this black wire into ground. So this is okay. Let me just connect this first. Go to ground here, and okay, there we go. And now let's connect these two pin. Let's just pick pin 4. Okay, here we go. Okay, so after you've done that, now we will have to change the code. So this is basically it with wiring, and now we will just have to type the, and now we will just have to type the code. Okay, so now all we have to do is let's delete this, because we're gonna only turn it on and turn it off using a button. So first of all, we have to select our pin for the button. So we chose pin 4, so we're gonna type 4, int button equals 4, and we're gonna go here and we're gonna do pin mode button, and we're not gonna use output this time, because button gives a signal when it's connected. So basically when the button is pressed, it will send a signal to Arduino and turn on the light. So we're gonna use input, but if we used only input, we would have to wire also a resistor. So what we're gonna do to use our resistor that's inside Arduino already, so we don't have to wire anything, we're gonna use input pull up. Okay, so this is it. Now we will have to type the code to turn on the light and turn off the light. So we're gonna have to check if the button is pressed. So how we're gonna do this, that is using if digital read. So this will read if the button is connected or not. So if it's gonna be connected, it's gonna become a 0, because normally the power in our pin 4 will be always 1 if it's not connected, but when we press the button, it's gonna connect with ground and it's gonna turn into a 0. So we're gonna check this, and we're gonna type digital read and button, because we're gonna check our pin 4 that's inside our button. So basically our button is connected to pin 4, so yeah. And if digital read button equals 0, so we have to use 2 equals, because we have to type equals 2 times, because if we would type only once equals, it would mean we would set something to 0, but now we're only checking if it's equals to 0. So we're gonna use 2 equals, and we're gonna use brackets, and now everything that's inside those brackets, it's in our if statement. So if button equals 0, we're gonna do this, and we are gonna turn on the LED. So if it's not 0, so right now we're gonna do, if the button is pressed down, it's gonna be turned on, and if it's not pressed down, it's gonna be turned off. So we're gonna use else. So if the condition inside those it's not, so when it will not be 0, it's gonna run this command. So when it's not 0, it's gonna turn it off. So yeah, normally it's gonna be turned off, and when we press our button, it's gonna turn on. So this is basically it. Now we will just have to upload our code. If we check our board, here we go, we got our code. So now it's turned off, and if we press down the button, it's turned on. So this is basically it. So now what we're gonna try to do is that now you have to press the button down to so it's turned on. But now we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be turned on. So for this we have to change our code again. So yeah, we will do this in the next tutorial. So if you're interested in Arduino, this is a beginner tutorial. I really recommend you to subscribe. It's pretty fun. It's gonna, right now we're starting with beginner tutorials, and later in the future we're gonna do more fun stuff, more complicated stuff, and really cool projects. So if you're interested in that, click the like button if this video helped you, and if you want to see daily videos of Arduino tutorials, and subscribe to be notified when I post a new video. So yeah, this is it for today. See you tomorrow.